What's up, everybody? It's your boy Al.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're going to be talking about love.
That's right. It's a complicated subject, but we're going to break it down. Y'all ready?
You ready?
Let's talk about
love. So many things I've got to tell you, but I'm afraid I don't know how. 'Cause there's a possibility that you look at me differently. Love. We're going to talk about love.
it. Go straight to the bridge on y'all.
It's time to settle down.
Everybody gather round.
It's the Allen and Erika show. We gon' talk about it.
So let's talk about
It's
it.
the Allen and Erika show. Conversations matter, mixed with love and laughter. It's the Allen and Erika show. We gon' talk about it.
So let's talk about it.
Allen and Erika. Allen and Erika. Allen and Erika. The show.
Babe.
Yeah.
It's an open, not a song.
What? That's what I do.
What's up, y'all? Today we talking about love. 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 You know, Philly love, Chicago love. Love is love. What is love?
What is love,
What is
Alan?
love? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
All right, music said.
Oh, yeah. Sing it, baby.
That's all I know.
You said love.
So many things I tried to. No, okay, never mind. I got to tell you. I don't know. Anyway, love. What's love?
Okay, love. Love is an emotion. Love is a feeling. Love is a purpose. Love is sometimes it could be a question, and sometimes it can be, all the time, it could just be all around, just love. And what love means to me, and I'm gonna tell you something.
Okay,
I'm gonna tell you why I love this
listening.
woman. Okay,
listener.
I'm gonna tell you why I love this woman because she says that I don't know how to express my love to her. It's a love language, but we're gonna get into that. But I'm gonna tell y'all publicly right now why I love her. I love this woman because, first of all, I fell in love with her because her brain, like, you know, she is like one of the smartest women I know. And I love her because she's beautiful. Her smile, her presence. When she walks in the room, she demands excellence. And I'm glad to have her on my arm when I walk into a room. She compliments the deals.
Yes.
She definitely compliments the deals. And I love her, man, because she's nurturing, man. She's thoughtful, selfless, and just all around good person. I mean, she could have her bad days and quirks, man, but at the end of the day, man, love is attached to that. And sometimes a person could take a love like that for granted. You know, I ain't talking about nobody, you know, that she used to date, but people take stuff like that for granted, you know, and it's all from love, you know. Like, she could tell me things and I'll be like, no, I want to do that. But I just know that it's equated in love. Love comes from that. Love comes from her. And I always tell y'all this every other show, that I think she's just from the lineage of Jesus. Claire Huxtable, Gina, and Michelle Obama. And
thank you, baby.
I just love her, man. And then that's just the surface. You know what I mean? She could cook, you know what I'm saying? She could smash.
Oh my God.
She do. I mean, it's a lot of things she does, man, why I love her. So it's like, I could go on and on and on about
thank you,
why
babe.
I love her. You know, she know how to manage money. Yeah, sometimes I don't, you know, but she manages it better than me. I don't know. I mean, and I love her because she helped change me. She helped me realize what love is. But we'll get into that later.
Okay,
Babe.
so now that I'm holding back tears,
Babe, why do you
thanks.
love me?
Oh my God! So first things first, you said that love is an emotion, right?
Emotion.
So for me, yes, love is an emotion, but it's also an action. And before I met you, I made the deal with God to learn how to love myself. For me, because I rely on what I know, I took 1 Corinthians 13 and I looked, I believe, not sure, but it was the chapter about love. Love is patient, love is kind. We say that, we recite that at weddings, but what does that really mean? And I decided to turn those words on myself. I wanted to learn how to be patient with myself. I wanted to be kind to myself. I wanted to believe the best of myself. I wanted to hold no accounts of wrongs for myself.
Right.
So once I really focused my attention on loving myself, I met you. And I met you at a time that I wasn't looking. I was healing from what I believe love was. And I come from a family and a lineage of people who love beyond abuse. And I don't mean like physical abuse. I mean like we love the totality of the person. So you may have some flaws about you, but I come from a family that love you through that. We still see the good in you. Right. And so when I was healing from being traumatized from a love that didn't quite work out the way that I thought it would be, I met you. And honestly, the first reason why I fell in love with you is because you validated my thoughts in that when I heard your story, you didn't wear it. You talked about it as if it was just that, a story, an experience. You, your life did not show any of the scars.
No.
You were and still are strong and an impressive being. I met you, you were a business owner. You owned a home. You had a family. I was like the first man that I'm just being honest, I felt could teach me. Like I was not the teacher with you. And that's on the first date. Like I just remember being in the sea with you and just listening to you and feeling like, one, I had known you forever. And two, you just validated my thought process that a person could love beyond their trauma. You were living proof of that. Not only could you love beyond your trauma, but that you succeeded beyond your trauma. Mm-hmm. So that's the first reason why I fell in love with you. I also fell in love with you because you pushed me. And there's not a lot of people. I found out about myself that one, I'm not... I hate to say it this way. I'm not a person that's easily influenced in a way that I respect you. Like, well, I respect that person. Like, I'm definitely a person that you have to gain my respect. Mm-hmm. I immediately respected you.
Wow.
Like, immediately. And you made me want to be better. You didn't allow me to be immature. You looked over my childish ways and still demanded, not even in voice, but just in presence, for me to be a woman. Mm-hmm. You gave me a safe place to be soft. Yeah. I didn't have to be the boss with you because a bigger boss was with me. Mm-hmm. Okay. If anybody who knows, I'm a boss, but Allen is a bigger boss. Mm. So I needed that in my life. I needed somebody that could take command and wasn't wrapped up in their emotions. I could be brass if I needed to be. I could be strong. I could be stern. And he could look past all those things. And what impressed me the most about you is that you could always see my heart. Even when I thought I was angry, he would look at me and go, I get it. You love me. And I would go, he heard love through that? Mm-hmm. But he was right. That at the root of it was love. And I was just in awe that he could see that. So those are just a few reasons why I love you. You won't let me fail. Mm-hmm. Even when I sit down on the bench and fold up and say, I'm done. You will not let me fold. Yep. You won't let me fail. You push me. Yep. That is Allen's attitude. If you are not dead, get your ass up. You push me physically. I've done things with you that I've never done, not just sexually. I mean, physically, like hiking mountains. No, let's just not. Hiking mountains. Okay. Hiking mountains. Running, doing laps. And then, sexually, you did open me up to feel safe enough to explore different things. And just between the two of us, not bringing in no outside parties, not even talking about bringing in outside parties, nothing slutty or shameful, but you delicately walked me through becoming confident sexually.
Jigga taught
Like,
me.
yeah, like seriously, that class was in session. Okay.
That's an ongoing joke we got.
Yeah. Yep.
Taught me.
So yeah, that was for me. That was all a part of love, and the number one reason why I knew you were the one for me is because I could be all of myself around you.
That's right.
I couldn't believe that. I said, "Oh wow!" So real love, because I already had love that was not successful, but real love for me meant you mean I could be all of myself in front of this person and he loves me more. I didn't have to belittle or withdraw or suppress any of me. That was the most impressive. So that would be why I love you.
Oh,
Yep.
give me a kiss.
Oh,
Look at that. God brings you together.
yeah.
And nothing can tear you apart.
That's
once you
right.
have God.
That's
in your
true.
love.
He
in
was
your life.
definitely at the root for me.
Yeah,
But-
that's good, man. And well, I'm horny. So
Like, that's different.
Yeah, that's easy for me. Yeah, so just talking about loving one another. Let's talk about the love languages that we speak to one another. And I'll go first.
Okay.
This is a thing, I know I brought it up earlier, but when we talk about love languages, we differ because we're two different people, and she's more emotional. I'm more what's that?
Logical.
Yeah, logical.
Practical.
No, what's that word I always use? Spontaneous. I'm spontaneous. That's my love language. I like the surprise. I like to just show up, unexpectedly. Like just last night, I scared the hell out of her. That was unexpectedly. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
It was funny. It was funny, but it was lovely. It was love because I scared the shit out of her.
I don't think that was love.
That was love, man, because we're still here laughing about it. Love will scare the hell out you.
God.
But the love languages is like I'm more of a spontaneous person. I love to surprise people. I love to do things. I'm not a traditional person. I like holidays and everything, but I'm more into holidays. I like to just do things just because. Like just last week, I bought Erika this nightie that she sleeps in. It was just because
I love
she
it too.
loves it.
I
She
do.
loves it.
I
And
so love it.
She didn't know it was coming.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I say, "Hey, I got a present for you," then she'll be expecting it. I'm more like, "Hey, take this. Here it is. This is my love language." I'm a doer. She come home, just anything. Like I could wash her car for her, and she'll be like, "Oh, damn, my car's washed. Thank you." Or just that's just how I am, and that's my love language. That's how I express myself. I try to do the practical, predictable ones, but it just don't feel right for me to do it because I'm like, where's the element of surprise at? I can't surprise her with this, you know what I mean? But that's just how I just do things when it comes to love, man.
Yeah.
And I like to try new things, with her, and just spontaneous. That's where I'm at with it.
Very true.
Let's talk about your love language.
Well, I think you
Hold
hit
up.
the.
Wait a minute.
Wow. See how you do me? Just no love and support.
And go.
Well, I do think that, babe, that's not nice. That's not supportive.
Yeah, you're right. I love you. Go.
Yeah, he's a doer. So that's true. I had to learn that. And most of my girlfriends, this is something that we often talk about. We are emotional creatures. Not everybody. I'm just saying my friends are not. So I'm not putting anybody in the box. But we do tend to be emotional. And depending on how you were brought up, words usually have a really big meaning in your life. I know for me they do. Words really mean a lot. And I look for affirmations. Allen is not going to give me that per se. He's gotten a lot better, but consoling and empathetic, that's not his strong suit. Allen is a doer. Like, you could cry right next to him and he's not gonna, his first reaction genuinely is not to console you. It is to fix the problem. That's what he's more focused on. And most men are solution based. So I know women, it may seem like, oh, they're so heartless. But if you look at them, they actually work really hard to do the things that they believe will make us happy. And so for me, it is a constant training to teach myself to look at what he is doing. I think we so easily fall into the trap of he doesn't say this enough and he doesn't. But I don't even know what my gas thing is on my car. I don't. Because between him and my dad, they fill up the car. That's love. Okay. I have never washed my vehicle. That would be love. If Allen is home, and even if he is not, he makes sure that I have breakfast. That's love.
Every morning.
If I forget things like my lunch, my husband will drive 35 minutes away to, like, Allen is the type of man that I have to be careful about what I say I need or I don't have, because he will make it happen. And if he can't physically be there, he will make sure that it still makes its way to me. So he is a doer. He is a doer of anything that I may need, anything that I'm just venting about. Like, I remember, yes, you do a lot of things spontaneously. I remember we had a full salon. Mirrors were everywhere, okay? And I must have, like, vaguely mentioned, like, oh my God, this mirror is so far for me to do my makeup. I came home and Alan ordered me like a trifold mirror with a magnifying glass. Like, that's his love. Like, he may not be the one that is like, I love you to the end of the earth and infinity, and I am your like. He's not gonna give me all of that. But to be honest, I had a performative lover, and that's all it was a performance. No action behind it. I'll take the action guy. I'll take the doer. Like, if you want to act out the words, then I would rather somebody act out the words than give me empty words. And so for me, that's how I receive his love. The way I love, I had to realize, instead of complaining about it, that the way I love is through nurture. I will nurture him down. Like, I am definitely a traditional woman in the sense of I'm fixing your plate, I'm serving you, I'm ironing your clothes, I'm doing all those things. Alan will do it too, though, depending on, who's doing what. But I definitely serve. When it comes to the business, I'm definitely the one that handles the books. I'd rather control all those things and say, here you go. Here's what you could do with it. That's love. Like, that's something that he doesn't have to worry about. I balance
an allowance. Yeah, I'm on an allowance. Go ahead.
It's not. It's not an allowance. It's more like, here's your pot of the money that you don't have to tell me what you're doing with it. Right? I think that's fair, because I want you to hold on to your freedom. I don't want you to feel like you got to report to me. So here's the pot of the money you can rock out with.
Because I'll spend on some dumb shit. So
yes, Alan is definitely the type where $500 will be missing in 2 days, and he won't know what he spent on it.
Nope.
So here's your bucket of money. Rock out, okay?
Yeah.
You don't even have to answer for it. And I'm going to keep this over here.
But no, I'm not a simp. If y'all listening to all the stuff she says I do, I'm not a simp. It's a difference between a simp and somebody who's in love and who loves someone. Continue.
I'm glad you said that, because that was a struggle for us too. We talked openly about it. Some of the things that I did readily. I came from a household that, the man is the provider and he's a strong figure, but so was the woman. The women in my family had strong careers and they were strong too, but they were submissive to their husbands behind closed doors. They honored them, and the husband also honored them. And when Alan and I were getting closer, it started to bother me, some of the things that I wasn't getting in return. And he did admit to me that that was an internal war of his. Like, I don't want to be seen as a sucker. And I was like, to who? Like, me? You worried about being a sucker to me? Because anybody outside of our home, it shouldn't matter. Like, most of the people are single, okay, or wanting what we have. So you got to get over those egotistical things of like, I don't want to be seen as. We love you. We love the all of you. We love the totality of you. And he mentioned that I'm the type of person that kind of love can be taken for granted. I feel the same way. I feel very protective of him because he loves in a way that could be dangerous. If I was any kind of malicious or evil person, you could take advantage of that. But I'll protect Alan before I will take advantage of him. I'll say, hey, wait a minute, I appreciate it, but you're doing too much. Like, take a day, relax, chill. No, I could do that for myself. I thank you. And it's not because I don't want it. I just don't want him to empty himself out. Say some of that for you, you know. And that's real love when you protect and look out for one another. So with the languages, yes, as you guys know, there's 5 love languages. You can look them up. I think the book is by Gary Chapman. It's an awesome tool to use. But even if you don't go that route, pay attention. Like, take a step back. And if you feel like there's a deficiency in your relationship or something that the other partner is not doing, I would ask that you take a step back, pivot, and ask yourself, but what are they doing? Like, think about back to the beginning. What are they doing? What was the thing that attracted you to them? And then you'll find out, dang, they still doing that. They are still doing those things. I've just started to look in this area and say, I want them to do that. And not to say that a partner can't grow, because like I said, Allen has become more empathetic. Thank the Lord. In the beginning, you remember that? It was so robotic. I would cry and I would say, you don't even console me. You don't even say anything. And he would say, well, what do you want me to say? And I said, you're supposed to hug me and say, everything will be all right. And I love his answer, because he said to me, but I don't know that everything will be all right. And I said, well, tell me anyway. So in the beginning, it was very robotic. It was like, everything gonna be okay.
You'll be okay.
But now it's like full embrace, you know, and he prays over me, and he could genuinely say now, like, you're going to be all right. You got this. And so you can ask more of your partner and grow from it. Like, even he'll check me. Hey, I'm not your kid. Okay. Appreciate the nurture, but back up just a little bit. I can think for myself. You right. Got it. Thank you. You know. So learn the language of your partner.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, and it's funny because some people don't know how to love. You know, they just think that love is a personal Visa card. You know, they think love is, you know, just keep buying somebody stuff, and you know, and it gets kind of tedious sometimes. Do you remember? I don't care, but somebody in my family said that I was coochie whipped.
Oh, your mom?
Damn.
Sorry.
Yeah, it was my mother. Yeah, it was my mother. And
at least I didn't say the other one.
Yeah, well, yeah, she know. She knows she is. But it's funny because they said I was whipped, and I was like, damn. I said whipped. I said, why? Because I'm in love? Because somebody loves me and I love them back. I have to do certain things for them. You know, like at the end of the day, like, I'm going to be honest with you, like, this woman busts my nuts. What am I supposed to do? You know what I'm saying? But people, you know, I was accused of being whipped, and I said, damn, I could have been a whole bunch of other things on this earth, but that, I said, damn, like, this woman loves me and I love her, so I got to do things for her. So when somebody says that to you, you always got to understand and look at their relationships and how they're being loved, or are they being loved, or do they know how to be loved? You know, it's just like on Lauryn Hill's Miseducation. She got that little excerpt in there that says, the guy asked her about love. He said, well, some people don't know how to be loved because they never been loved. So how do you know how to love somebody if you've never been loved, Eric?
Babe, you hitting so many good points.
So many good points.
I say that a lot about parents. You know, we're so critical of our parents. We'll say, yeah, he don't even do this and she don't even do. You do realize that most people are trying to become the thing that they never saw.
Yeah.
Right? Like, if you have a husband who didn't come from a line of men who were husbands, please give him grace, because he is really attempting to become something that he never saw. If you have a woman who has never been a wife, never came from a family of wives, she is trying to become something that she never saw. Now, I'm not giving them excuses, but I am saying have grace. Like, have grace, right? I remember you shared a poem just this morning about love, and it said LOVE stood for, what did it stand for, babe?
Lack of empathy. No, lack of
visual empathy, right?
Equates empathy, something like that.
Well, I think it was lack of visual empathy. I remember that because I do think we miss it in that area. Like, you have to put yourself in the place of the other person, right? Like, before I attack or before I accuse a person of not loving me, consider them Like, consider their point of view. Like, I can understand how they felt that way. I can see how they saw it that way. And then once you're in their shoes, you can turn it around.
Yeah.
And then it's amazing how you could disarm a person when you start a conversation that way. Like, I can understand how you felt abandoned, but that wasn't my intentions. What I was trying to do was this. Now you've at least validated how they felt, you know?
Right.
But I think that's how we lose it as couples. Like, we're so focused on getting our point across that we lack that empathy for the other person. So if somebody is trying to become something that they never saw, give them grace. And if you genuinely don't know how to love yourself, then you won't learn how to love
people.
not only people, but your spouse as well. If you crave something that you don't feel like you're getting from your spouse, give it to yourself. I love words. Guess what I start doing? Giving myself the words. Look at myself in the mirror and say, girl, you got it. You got it. You could do it. Or if I'm hurting, I'm going to act like I actually give myself the words that I would like my husband to say. And the crazy thing is, in time, he usually comes back and gives me the words. Yeah. But at least I get rid of the anxiety by giving it to myself first. So, yeah, that Lauryn Hill excerpt is huge when she said all those different examples of like, what is love to you? How can I love if I don't have an example? I'm trying to be it. Just give me grace. I'm trying to become the thing that I never saw. So
she's trying to, and Erika, what she does is she loves to talk, and that's one of her love languages, talking. And like she just said, you know, sometimes she'll say something, and I'll come back and say it. But you know, a lot of times I feel sorry for her sometimes because she be talking to herself, and I just be like, oh damn it, she got.
I don't say it out loud.
She talked to herself, and then she answers herself, and I just be like, oh, let me go in there and be the other person.
So you hear me having a full dialogue with myself,
full-fledged conversation. I'll say, move over, you,
and out of
I'll stand
empathy.
right here. I'm like, all right, so go ahead.
Oh my God, you're probably right.
Wait. And I'm not Erika, I'm Al. So, you know, you turn away from the mirror because I'm here.
Talk to me.
You can talk to me. I'm right here now. All right, so go ahead. Lack of visual empathy.
Lack of visual empathy. But there is a thing where we could give too much empathy, guilty, which is what I did in my first marriage, right? You can have so much empathy for the person that you end up allowing yourself to be abused.
So many people use that word in vain.
Yes.
Love.
And I'm not saying that's their intentions, but that is how love turns into abuse. People say all the time, how could you stay with a person that's physically, hitting you? Or how can you stay with a person that's emotionally abusive? I would never. You think the person started that way? Mm-hmm. No. You know what hit me the most when I was watching those R. Kelly documentaries? What? They asked his wife, how could you stay with him after he did all those things? And she talked about when she first met him, and she said that she met a vulnerable part of Robert who said to her, I can't read. And he said to her, can you teach me how to read? Yeah. So when they asked her, why would you stay with him after he did this to you and that to you and this to you? She said, I was just trying to get back to the little boy who asked me to teach him how to read. Damn. And that is real. That is how love turns into abuse. A person will show you an inner depth of themselves, and that's the part that you protect, that you hold on to, not realizing that that's just the part that can lure you in. You got to keep your eyes open and say, if this hurts me more than it makes me feel good, then I got to let you go. And you got to figure out, is it the hurt that makes me grow, or is it the hurt that means I got to let you go, right? Because love can turn into abuse, not just in relationships, but in churches.
Wow.
In friendships. Seriously. And this is no, I'm not coming against churches. I'm just talking about what happened to me. I was looking for love. I wanted the love of a family, and people can use your desires to abuse you. They can say like, well, God wouldn't be pleased with that. Yeah. Well, you need to do this for the love of God, and God, and the love of God. And if people know that that's your thing, that's your kryptonite, they will use that to abuse you. So you do have to be careful. Alan, how do you decipher between when love is real and when it becomes abusive?
Damn, that's a really good question. Hold on, I got to think on that one. Ask me that again.
Okay. Like in friendships,
Ask me the
right?
question again.
How do you decipher when love becomes real versus abusive? How do you know?
I would go with how it makes you feel. Yeah, I would go with how it makes you feel, because if somebody is hitting you and saying that they love you, you're gonna feel a certain way than somebody saying I love you and doing something nice for you. You feel something different. And when the person says that he loves you or she loves you and they're abusing you, you know what I'm saying, you don't feel right. You don't. It just you make excuses for that. Like, oh no, she only doing that because, you know what I'm saying, because I did something. You know what I'm saying? But I know she loved me. I know he loved me. But it's me. I got to change. You're like, wait a minute. Like, but that's not love, though. Like, you know, if going back to what she just said, you have to love yourself first.
Boom, there it is.
You got to love yourself first before you accept the love from somebody else. And then the nigga going upside your head. You know, that's another thing. Or if the girl is constantly cheating on you and you are a simp, you know, and you are whipped, and you like, yeah, but I know she loved me though, man, because, you know, she, you know, I mean, I let her go out and do a thing because I don't want to. That's you don't love yourself, man. So that's how I would decipher it. It depends on the feeling, the emotion of how I feel when it comes to love. You know, like I'm like, your dad told me the other day that he loved me, like, and it's hard for, you know, her dad
my
to say
dad is
stuff
not.
like, yeah,
he's not gonna do
he
that.
was like, you know, man, I love you, man. Yeah, you an all right guy. And I said, you just figuring it out now? Like, wait a minute, so you just telling me now?
That's
dude?
better than what he ever told anybody else I dated. I want you to hold on to that, okay?
Yeah, it's like it took him a long time to say, you know, man, you all right, dude.
Right.
Dude, it's been like 15 years. Well, I accept it, Pop. Thank you. You know, I love you too, man.
Oh man.
But you know, it's just it's just how he felt, and it's like he never said that to like anybody.
No, the first one didn't have a name. The second one was, he literally said, "Well, I mean, hey, she bought you home, so here we go."
Yeah, so I mean, when he said that to me, I was honored. I mean, better late than never, right? You know, I want to be laying in my grave, and he'd be like, you know, I love you, man. I'm like, nigga, you waited this long. I'm dead now. But
I love that you think my father's gonna outlive you. Okay.
no, I mean, Pops will live a long time. You know, as long as I keep making him
Laugh.
smoothies every morning,
Yes.
making him laugh.
Yeah.
You know, and everything. So
The doer strikes again.
yeah, because I love her father, man. I love her mother, man. You know, she unconditional, man. That's you know, and I know that my mother is happy that I'm with a family, because she came here.
She gave her blessings.
Yeah,
she came and gave her blessings.
She did. She came here, gave her blessings, and showed love. And she showed a lot of love on her last day. And we was like, where was that at 4 days ago, Mom?
It's all right. She just warmed up. Took a minute to warm up.
Yeah, it took her a long time to warm up, man. But, you know, miss her. Shout out to LG.
Yeah.
Little tutor.
Yeah. But I want to just bring back to what you said. We were talking about how do you know the difference between real love and when it becomes abusive.
I'm sorry, I got off track.
That's okay.
Right.
I love that you brought it back to, you got to know what love is. And you can only know what love is when you love yourself first. And I know people say that often and people get discouraged. Like, oh, what do you mean I got to love myself? What that means is you, one, have to know yourself, flaws and all. And what loving yourself means is I know myself, flaws and all, right? And I love myself past my flaws. Once you learn how to love yourself past your flaws, number one, when you learn how to love yourself to identify your flaws. Wow. Right? Like, I love myself enough to know sometimes my tone ain't right.
I love myself.
Sometimes I may say the wrong thing at the wrong time.
I love myself.
That still doesn't mean that I'm a horrible person. So when you love yourself, thank you, babe, for the soundtrack. When you love yourself past your flaws, you then take away the power of anybody using that to manipulate you or to abuse you. Abusers are often successful because they tell you it's your fault. They say, why did you make me do this to you? I was told that. I never did this with nobody else. It's something about you. It's something about you that's making me like, how you gonna make me more powerful than you? I can't make you do nothing that ain't in you, boy. You got to get that cleaned up on your own. But that's how things become abusive when you don't know yourself. Don't you let nobody use what you consider a flaw as a reason to abuse you. The same thing with the church. Oh, you got the spirit of offense on you. Wait a minute. So the devil with me because you made me mad? That don't sound right. The devil on me because I'm young and I don't know how to handle my emotions. Don't let nobody use your flaws to abuse you. Let them point it out. And then you take those and you work on them on your own. But I'm not going to give you license to abuse me because of them. Mm-hmm. So you got to know what love is, how it makes you feel. Learn to love yourself. And then you will not have the ability to give anybody else the power to abuse you in the name of love. Not happening. Mic drop.
Boom. Mic drop. Mic drop. KRS One had a song called Love's Gonna Get You, and he explained how people love their cars and love their gold chains and love that girl over there, and they love all these material items. But they use the word love wrong, you know, and, people could love the game of selling drugs, like in the song, dude, he loved the game. But what happened at the end of the game, he died, and it's like he fell in love with that. And you can love a lot of things that's not good for you. Like people love candy, but candy will tear your teeth up.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? People, they love to do bad stuff and get away with it. And then they love to go to jail. But like, what kind of love is that? That's their, what's that Chloe Mitchell thing I said? Lack of empathy. Lack of visual empathy. It's like
they say the English language is restricted. In the Greek language, they don't have an all-encompassing word like love. They have 3 definitions. It's like agape, phileo, and I can't remember the third one offhand. But agape, they said, is a kind of love that can only be felt and done by God. That is the unconditional, endless, boundless love. That's agape. Phileo is that brotherly love. That's where Philadelphia comes from. Like, that's the love that you have, for your brother. And then the third one, I can't remember the name of it, but that love is the love you're talking about. Like, I love candy. It's a surface love. It's like, I don't really love it, but the English language, all we got is love. That's all we got. So be careful how people use that English language on you. You
can love a lot of things, but if it ain't good to you, ain't good for you, it ain't good to you.
That's right.
So, at the end of the day.
The day got to end.
Yeah. And I mean, Tom, tell you, like, I love doing this show. I love it because it gives me a chance to express myself. It gives me a chance to sing. It gives me a chance to be comedic. It gives me a chance to be knowledgeable, and I could just tackle all aspects of anybody who's watching and listening. I just don't want to be just like one person, because ain't nobody going to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? So I say stuff like shit out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? I love that.
Okay. And we're coming to the end of our show. So we love that you guys have tuned in.
We love it.
And that you stayed the whole time. And now it's time
to go.
To say goodbye.
And I'm Allen.
And I'm Erika.
And this is the Allen and Erika show.
Until next time.
Love's
bye-bye.
Gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you. Love's gonna get you.